My name is Gary Chou. I'm with the Cisco Media Solutions Group, and with me is Garner from Warner Music Group.
Hi, Gary. We're making this
Yeah, we're going to
Okay, we're going right into the next one here. This one's fabulous. Everybody's sliding on down and fitting on in. Warner and Cisco. This is a big one. So,
Go for it.
Go for it. You can do it.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks to Brian and the rest of the SF MusicTech guys. We're really stoked to be here. My name is Gary Chou. I'm with Cisco, and this is Garner from Warner Music Group.
Hi, Gary. Hello.
And we're here to talk to you guys today about what Cisco and Warner Music Group have done as a partnership to build a set of compelling artist experiences. And this has really been part of a larger effort around Warner's D2C strategy. Ryan, do you want to tell us a little bit about what D2C really means?
Cool. Thanks, Gary. So D2C, it stands for direct to consumer. I think a lot of people in the audience know it as direct to fan. Similar concept. D2C at Warner is an initiative to help our artists develop deep and long-lasting relationships with their fan bases on their owned and operated web channels. So one of the ways we're doing that is by creating rich social networks on artist websites, and we're using Cisco Eos to do a lot of that.
So the concept of an artist website has been around for a while, and that in of itself isn't particularly new. What is it specifically that you guys are doing that is different?
Yeah, so right. Artist websites have been around for a while. I think Warner's been building them for well over a decade. I think up until recently, the way that we were approaching artist websites is primarily as a promotional vehicle for new album releases. So an artist would have a new record coming out, we'd have new album art, we'd have a track listing, we'd have a street date, we'd put up what essentially was a splash page or a page or two about the album. Maybe there was a blog. On that blog, we were conducting a one-way conversation with us doing all the talking at the fans. Again, primarily marketing materials around the album release. A couple months after street date, at best, we are updating the website infrequently. At worst, we're pretty much letting them die off altogether, not updating them at all. Community is dispersing. And then a year or so later, another record's coming out, new album art, new song titles, new street date. We start the process all over again, try to regather the fans and make them care. And yeah, so I think what we're trying to do now in this sort of next generation, next phase of the way we're approaching it, is create websites that are built to last, create communities that enable two-way conversations between our artists and their fan bases. Again, all on the artist's website. So rich websites instead of splash pages for album releases.
And so this is something that we've been doing together, and obviously you've been leveraging the EOS platform. How has EOS really helped, and what's really the fundamental problem that you've been trying to resolve here?
Right. So great, we've decided we're going to build much more complex websites, social networks. We're going to have a two-way conversation with our fans. We're going to engage with the community and support them. Wow, we just quadrupled the complexity of launching websites. So, as we looked at the experiences we wanted, of course we wanted all the standard features, blogs, message boards, video experiences, audio experiences, the ability for fans to create their own profiles, again, tools to allow our artists to talk directly to their fans off their mobile phones. Very, very complicated websites, and as we started to try to do it on our own, we found ourselves focusing a lot of our energy getting this blog system to talk to this message board system, to get this video management system to work with this asset management system, to get this audio player to work on the website. So basically cobbling together lots of different technologies and spending a lot less time actually focusing on creating unique experiences for our artists and supporting the communities. Sort of took a step back and said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we could find a partner who kind of did all this, who had a core competency that was technology, that had the chops to make things scale on the 10x spike days that are common for some of our artists' websites. And that's when we started looking for a partner, and that's when we ran into you guys. So why don't you actually tell these folks what Cisco Eos is all about here?
Great. So, over on the left here, we're panning through a bunch of these sites that Warner Music Group has built on our platform. And as you can see, there's a lot of unique experiences, including the ability to fight dragons, which I'm going to do.
Don't show them the cheat, Gary.
There's actually a really easy way to score lots of points here, but I won't show that. And so Circa Survive and other sites, Sean Paul, other sites, and this is part of, what's the scope of the work that you guys have done on this?
Well, it's 35 sites launched to date, one or two a week on average.
And you guys have focused on the design and the development of that.
That's right.
And then from the Cisco side, you've relied on the infrastructure and the hosting, the managed services to actually keep these guys up and running.
That's right. Yeah.
So let me give you a little bit of a high-level overview of what Cisco Eos is. At a high level, it's a hosted software as a service platform that allows media and entertainment companies like Warner Music Group to develop rich social entertainment experiences, all hosted and all managed by Cisco, but giving folks like Ryan the power and the flexibility to do creative things with the tools, to have 100% control of the customization of the presentation layer, and to really build these unique experiences for artists, for fans. Within EOS, you have the capacity to manage and view all of your sites. So all of the data that's generated from these sites are going to Warner Music Group as well as the artists so that they can create better experiences for their fans. The content is all managed in a single repository as well. And then you have the flexibility to create your own roles and permissions. So this is an example, Ryan, of a role that you created around a community moderator where they've got specific levels of access to certain features.
Yeah, it's very handy for creating the role for an artist cousin that you want to have admin rights but not be able to destroy the website.
And I think we've also focused on, from an ease of use standpoint, is really trying to make this as easy to use as possible, where you don't require a technical person or a developer to come in and handle every single step of the way.
Right.
So one example here is to create a website on EOS, you just have a simple one-step create a site flow, where after let's say we want to create a website for SF MusicTech Rocks, you select a starter site, click this big blue button, and now you have a website that is fully live and is browsable, and you can start to customize, add media to it, manage the settings. We're looking right now, and by the way, I should mention, Ryan was generous enough to let us log into his actual admin account. So we're looking at what Ryan, the interface that Ryan uses every day to manage all of his sites.
Yep. So Gary, sum it up. EOS at its foundation is a single place to manage all of your content, all of your membership, all of your administration roles, and all of your websites in one web-based tool, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I think beyond that, what we're doing with EOS is really trying to create a tool set so that folks like Ryan and our other partners can go off and do creative things. So things like being able to manage your sites, your media players, having that all in one integrated backend takes, I think, a lot of the drudgery out of the process so that you don't have to invest the resources in trying to build a software company within what you have as a media company.
Right. That's right. And again, a fundamental challenge at Warner is we have hundreds of artists to do this for. So hundreds of social networks to support, hundreds of communities to support. Having a platform where you can do this all in one place has been at the foundation of allowing us to scale this out for all of our artists and give them this two-way experience with their fan base.
And here's an example of a settings page where we're looking at the content moderation controls, the RSS feeds, everything around connecting into Facebook, all that under one roof. I think beyond that, what we're also interested in is this idea of the data and this idea of providing a compelling experience for users. And part of that is being able to understand what people are doing within your community and what level of influence these people have.
Right.
So here's an example of some of the social analytics that we have on our back end, which allows us to characterize the Paramore web crew here, which is one of your most active participants.
That is the community support role on Paramore.net.
They're a heavy influencer. They create a lot of content, and they have a high influence score.
Yeah.
And beyond that also, our goal with EOS is to provide that one-stop shop for all that functionality that you need, but also to give you the flexibility to build things on top. So from that standpoint, we're really looking at providing a platform for these companies to really build sites of record for all of their artists so that they should still have a presence on MySpace. They should still have a presence on Facebook. But wouldn't it be great if you could tie all this in together? And also, wouldn't it be great if there were a set of APIs that you could use to go and build whatever the next great thing is? The gentleman before spoke about mobile and the impact there. Well, great. Let's just open up the hooks so you can take advantage of the data and the community that sits within your artist site and build new great things beyond that. So this is a bit of a deep overview of some of the features. And again, I'd say that what we've focused on from a Cisco standpoint is just trying to build the tools. Ryan, why don't you take a second and talk for us a little bit about what you've been able to do, some of the creative things that you've done with this tool set.
Sure. I think one of the biggest things that Cisco has given us the power to do is basically market whenever we